beautiful people. Hi, I'm Katie with Santorini Rocks by Katie. I sell Santorini stones, all sorts of them. These are the smaller ones that I use, or that I sell, but I also sell the bigger ones. I'll put information in the description for that. But I wanted to show two things. I have a previous video on stamping, and these are, I have two of them that I already stamped. This video I want to show you the Thule Art glitter pens, and I have some Arteza real brush pens, and I want to show you how well they work with painting on with using them on Santorini rocks. I just happen to like Thule Art and Arteza for these. There are different brands, some better than others. These ones I just happen to prefer. So, and I want to show some tips and tricks in terms of painting pens. So with the painting pens, you want to store them sideways, not up and down. So like these are my real brush pens from Arteza. I just keep them in a peanut butter jar, an old peanut butter jar that I just washed. And then these I just keep in the box, and you need to lay them flat for storage. It does make a difference for some reason in the quality of the paint. When you start, you need to, every time, shake them up a bunch. If you don't hear the ball, there's a ball inside this. If you don't hear it moving, give it a good whack, and it'll dislodge it, and so that it can mix up the paint in there. So you want to mix up the paint pretty good. To start, now I've used these already, but either way, it's good to burp them. So you just push the pen in while it's facing up, and that kind of releases any like air pressure that might keep it from flowing well. So then the second thing to do once you burp it to get the paint going is to prime it. So you push down on the thing until the paint starts flowing, and then there it goes. Two very quick pointers. If you notice that the paint is watery, make sure you shake them with the cap on. I've shook them before and got some paint some places I didn't want it. So if it feels watery, just shake it a little bit more. And if you find that it's leaking, the best thing to do is, again, just put it up straight forward again and give it a burp again. And those two things will troubleshoot mostly everything. Now, after a few times using it, it's best to take out the tip, wash it, and just re-put it back in. It just pulls out and pushes right back in. And it holds in place just fine. So I want to show you how easy it is to use these, especially if you're just stamping something. So these are the glitter ones. So you can get quite detailed on them. So let's say I do that, and I want the hat to be actually blue. I'm not going to get into too much detail here in painting. I just wanted to give a quick show on how nicely these paint. And then for the face, I actually like these Arteza paint brushes. What are they called? Real brush pens. It's like a watercolor base. Now, the watercolor ones will fade if they are in direct sunlight. So if you ever use watercolors, best to have them not in the sun. But I like the look of the watercolor pens because it actually shows the sparkle of the Santorini still. It doesn't cover up that sparkle. And then if you spray it or resin it, actually brings out the sparkle even more. So that was like a beige color, and this is ice blue for his beard. The other one, this one that I used was peach for his face. And again, this is the glitter Truly Art pen for this. Now, once I'm done painting and letting it dry, I'll actually take, these are my favorite by far pens for Santorini. And here's why. The Micron Pigmata ones, the tip, after a while, pushes in. And some of them dry out very fast. These are a little bit more expensive. However, they will last you 5 times longer than some of these other pens. And and they don't bleed. The Sharpie Black has a tendency of bleeding a tiny bit. It's not too bad, but it's kind of a charcoaly black versus a solid black like this one. And the tips on this one don't push in. So after it's done drying, I'll actually go back through, and this isn't really probably dry enough, but I'll go through and highlight the black lines so that it pops a little bit further. And because sometimes you're just going to paint over stuff, right? By accident, or, I mean, we're not perfect. It kind of keeps the lines nice and clean and have a sharper look. If you can see the difference there. So, I'm not going to finish up painting this whole thing because I think that would be boring to watch, but it makes making these so much fun. And if you watch another video, I do show how to make things out of magnets, and these ones are really easy to make out of magnets. You know, you just cut the magnet sheet, which I show in a different video, and I actually list where I bought those from in the description of that one. And they're cute little magnets. And that's that. I just wanted to show you quickly some of these tips and tricks with using paint pens. Again, store them sideways, shake them up a bit, push in the tip, burping it, then prime it, meaning push the tip down until the ink starts to flow, so pushing it down. See, you don't want to do it too much, but do that on scrap paper before you don't prime it on the actual stone. Because if you prime it on the stone, it might leak a little bit too much. And if it's leaking a little too much, then you know to shake it up a little bit further. Hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.